back, everybody, to our Tampa Bay Rays Out of the Park 27 long-term save, and we have reached the 2028 offseason, and we scored an 851, so it's fine, but, scored a little bit better when we won the World Series last year. Obviously, like I mentioned last video, sour taste in our mouth losing the World Series. Luckily, if I can find... Here we go. The Yankees made it to the World Series. I think they were up, or they were down 2-0 or 3-0 here. But they came back, went to the World Series, and lost to the small market Brewers. So something we're obviously happy about, that the Yankees didn't win. It's the first time that we lost to a team in the postseason, and they didn't win the World Series. Granted, we've had 2 postseasons where we lost the World Series and won a World Series. So not a big sample size, but the Brewers have won the World Series. I think Sal Frelick won the World Series MVP. Yes, he did. So, one of those small ball teams, not like a super small ball team, but yeah, 12th budget isn't really small ball, is it? They're paying $37 million for Sonny Gray? What are we doing here? Well, they won a ring, so I probably shouldn't talk shit. Anyway, Brewers won the World Series. We have made it to the offseason. Let's see what we can do here for our Rays. As we take a look at the first day of the offseason updates, we see that Gabe Spire, $4.6 million option year. He was really solid for us last year. I do worry about the fly ball, home run allowed, but a guy who was good, is a lefty, making the same money he'd make next year. I'm going to go ahead and execute this. Gabe Spire will be back. I do see... Oh, no. I misread this the first time. So I thought Rushman opted out, but he opted in. He will be back. Ignore this 2028 year. That's this season, since free agents haven't filed. It's not off the books yet. So he will be back for the next 2 seasons at 21-2, assuming he opts into his player option, which I expect him to do. We might look to see if there's any interest in a trade for him. I kind of doubt it. He hasn't played. He had an average year for us this year. He was good behind the dish, 4 frame runs, which is fine. So, yeah, that's what he's done his whole career. I don't know what we'll do with Adley. He might be back. The new budget, $232 million, I think, is up. It is. So we had $220 last year, up to $232 this year. It pays to be winning. I'll tell you that much. 92% fan interest. I don't know if either of these two have gone up. I honestly would probably have to look back to figure that out. Obviously, you see we are in the negative for our current money available, but if we look at 2029 money, we have a bunch of arbitration that we have to offer, and I'll tell you right now, a lot of the guys you see here likely to be traded. We're going to move on from, not offer arbitration. So the money situation that looks a little scary right now isn't going to be too scary once we get through and make all those moves. So we'll kind of start doing that, and I'll update you guys on some of the bigger ones for sure. We have our first trade of the offseason. We're going to be opening up some money as well as bringing in some guys. First of all, we're saying goodbye to a legend, your favorite player's favorite player, Joe Boyle. The fan interest is gonna be tough. We're definitely gonna lose some interest. I know that this game takes too much priority to random guys who are popular, but Joe Boyle, for some reason, uber popular, or is listed as such in the game. He is set to make almost $9 million in arbitration. And for a guy with 35 control who is coming off his statistical worst season with us, we're going to move on from him. We're also going to be sending Cade Cavalli, our Game 4 starter in the postseason. He was kind of okay, perfectly average through 24 starts for us. He is also set to make almost $9 million in arbitration. And we are sending very good defender, Austin Overn, just really a pinch runner and defender. His bat is not good at all. He saw a cup of coffee in 26 up with the Major League Club, and then came up after the Jacob Young injury for the postseason and didn't see any playing time. We'll be sending these three to the South Side Chicago White Sox, and we'll be bringing back Brooks Baldwin. We'll be joining the club. So an uber utility bat, had a 104 WRC plus this year, 1.4 WAR. He can play everywhere. I expect him to maybe start versus lefties in the outfield, or just be that uber utility guy. He makes us cheaper, only $3.5 million in arbitration, so we save about $15 million with that. But the main piece we're getting back here is Peyton Pallette. I don't know if that's exactly how I pronounce it. It could be Paletti or Payette. But we really like what he's got going. He's still on league minimum. Fly ball pitcher, which is a little, but elite stuff. 4 really good pitches. We need to bolster the bullpen that struggled in the postseason. Kind of was a bit. The lineup was our downfall, but we want to have a good bullpen. That's how we build our team. Great pitching, great bullpen. So Peyton Pallette will come in, as well as Brooks Baldwin, Joe Boyle, Cade Cavalli, and Austin Overn. We will say goodbye to. We'll do that, and the fans are shitting themselves because we lost Joe Boyle. So our fan interest goes from 92 to 91. Fire me. Get rid of the team. But no, that's the first move of the offseason here. We'll continue to see what we do as I keep going to offer arbitration and whatnot. All right, we have our programs decided for the development lab. What we'll be doing this year, Rock Chalowski, once again going into the lab. We're going to try to tap into the only thing that is not green on his batting ratings, which is his batter eye. So look to improve that. Michael Foret, who we still have plans to be in the rotation next year, obviously struggled pretty mightily this season, but high work ethic guy, probably, still someone we believe in, so we're going to try to throw him in the lab. This is definitely like ratings that you trust, and he's cheap, super cheap, so that helps us too. I still really like him, so we're going to keep trying to put faith into him, but he's going back into the lab, try to prove his control. Hunter Dietz, who made 4 really good starts at the major league level this year. His control seemingly has been capped at 40. Not ideal, but if we can get his pitch movement up, we can kind of maybe try to negate, obviously, the bad home runs allowed, as well as the home runs, or as well as the fly ball pitcher. So he has the ability to maybe be one of those guys for us. Advincula, our supplemental pick in 2026, his contact is getting there. We're going to look to tap into it once again. Definitely seemingly like the second baseman of the future for us. I don't expect Riggio to always be that guy. So expect Advincula to, especially if he improves, to have a real chance to make the roster. So that's fun. Slater DeBrun, also going to try and tap into these 60s up here with his contact and BABIP. Another guy I really don't dislike giving an opportunity in the outfield this year. We have a lot of money in arbitration that's meant to go to both James Outman and Jacob Young, who both underperformed by a lot this year, so we're trying to move on from them. If we don't, then we might just end up not offering arbitration to those guys. So something to keep an eye on. We have openings likely coming in the outfield, so hopefully DeBrun can improve. He could be someone to fill those openings. Where was I? Yodelkis Rentel, our first-round pick in 2028. He has flown in his ratings. His ratings have consistently improved. Drafted as a 35-50 guy, up to a 45-50 guy. He's knocking on the door. I don't really know what his role is going to be. It's a very weird skill set, but elite control, elite home runs allowed, elite movement. even though it's 3 different kinds of fastballs. I don't know if it works as a starter, but it might. But we're going to put him in the lab, improve that control, keep trying to max it out. He'll start the year at AAA. I was going to do that. We'll do that now. So definitely someone who could threaten to come up. I don't know if his role is a starter or if it's a long relief or whatever, but he's in the lab to improve his control. Malachi Washington, our 4th-round pick in 2026, a name we really like, had a great year at high A, going to look to just tap into that gap power. He has got good speed for it. Still a good outfielder. Still just 20 years old. A lot of green over here. So someone we're looking at with a lot of potential for the future. Try to tap into his gap power. Another person we're tapping into their gap power is Alex Aguilar, one of the international free agent signings from our first group of guys. His potential has gone down, but it's been up and down this year a little bit. I still like him. I still trust him. He's 18, like high work ethic 18-year-old. Plays good defense. I believe in it still. So we're going to put him in for the gap power, try and improve it. Because I still really like him as a prospect, even if that potential has gone down a little bit. And then Trey Ebel, who is a 10th round pick in 2026. He is seemingly pretty upset. But he's upset with his own performance. Not like, I should be in the majors. 20-year-old, good glove, can kind of play everywhere. Like he could be a bit of a corner. Kind of long-term projects to be more of a second baseman. But we like him. He's only 20, just turned 20. We're going to try to do one of the bigger labs and improve his quality of contact. Really tap into one of these 3 up here. So that's what we'll do. And then Brendan Summerhill will be going into the lab, I believe, for gap power. Another one of those guys who could be in our outfield this season. So we'll look into that. We also, with him about to turn 25, he could also be someone who's used as a trade piece. So there's a lot of options for Summerhill, but for right now, he goes in the lab for gap power, and that's what it looks like for the offseason. All right, we have yet another deal here with the Chicago White Sox. Good to go. We are going to say goodbye to James Outman. Helped us get that first ring, but after a down year, wasn't really good as a full-time starter. Wants $8.5 million. He will be sent to Chicago. Same as Jacob Young. We swapped Brenton Doyle for him. He wasn't really good. Again, good base runner, good glove, literally nothing else. Another guy who's expecting a pay bump up to $8 million, so we're going to clear pretty much $17 million. Neither of these guys were going to be offered arbitration in general, so it was either trade them for something or lose them for nothing. Then a throw-in piece that they wanted, Andres Gallen, 25-year-old AAA arm, kind of whatever. So he's thrown in. He could be a reliever guy for him. I don't know. But these 3 we're sending to Chicago. We're bringing in Noah Schultz, guy who has an opportunity to make the opening day roster next year. Tall, lanky, lefty, low control. 5 pitches, though. Good home runs allowed. Interesting enough. He had, kind of like a quadruple A guy so far for the White Sox. We'll see what we can get out of him. Ground ball side armor. Might work out in the bullpen for us, so we're doing it. We'll bring in Noah Schultz, and then we'll also bring in a new backup catcher. Freddie Fermin will be gone as he wants almost $8 million in arbitration. Drew Romo coming in just for the glove. Don't expect him to really hit at all. He played 6 games for him this year, so not a bat whatsoever. But he is a captain, plus elite defense. Going to be a perfectly fine backup catcher, so that's the deal. James Outman, we're saying goodbye to. We have made it to award season here. It's that point in the offseason, so we'll take a look. The Gold Glovers, we had one Junior Caminero winning his first Gold Glove now as a first baseman, so cool to see. 5.5 ZR, kind of tough to do at first base. ZR is not something you can really rack up when you're playing first base. No other real surprises here. Pair of twins make it, which is cool. But kind of the usual suspects in the National League here are the Gold Glove winners. For reliever of the year, guess what? 3 in a row for our boy Griffin Jax. He wins it once again. 3rd in a row, has officially kind of cemented himself as one of the best relief pitchers ever. 3 reliever of the years in a row. I don't know how many guys have done that. So, legend as a Ray, has been incredible. Worth every penny so far. Hopefully he can keep that going. He didn't win it unanimously. Jose Ferrer came close, but it's his award to lose every year. That's how it feels with Griffin Jax. In the NL, Robert Garcia wins it for the Cubbies. He just pitched in a lot of games, racked up some WAR. Wasn't bad. I don't know. The voting for this award does get a little weird sometimes, but he was good, and it doesn't seem like anyone else was like... And no one really blew you away. Like, Palencia could have won it, but like a 2.98 ERA, like a 3 ERA for a reliever feels like a little much, but he was good. I probably would have voted for Daniel Palencia, but Robert Garcia wins it. For Silver Sluggers, we see Ikigami win one. We also see our boy Carson Williams win it, so that's good to see. Nate George won one, which is cool for a guy who only hit 9 homers. That's always fun to see. Nothing too crazy. William Contreras as a Ranger. I forgot that happened. So that deal's looking really good for him right now. So he wins his first in the American League. In the NL, this is what it's looking like. Casey Schmidt wins one. Josu DePaula is officially up and is officially a goddamn stud. The Dodgers can't keep getting away with this. DePaula, one of my favorite prospects in baseball right now. Just the dude in this save. Kind of the usual suspects past that. Connor Griffin's officially arrived. He's such a stud. We look at Rookie of the Year, Ikigami. Like we mentioned, we knew he was going to win the award. He does just that. Von Lackey, the guy that we passed on to take Rock Chalowski, ends up taking second. So that's cool to see. We were never not taking Chalowski, so I don't feel as bad about passing Lackey. And I still think Chalowski's going to be fine. But excellent year for the Twins here for Lackey. NL Rookie of the Year goes to Starlin Caba. His elite defense kind of carried him, and he hit well enough. 115 WRC plus with his level of defense he will take every day of the week. So good look for the Marlins. Managers of the Year, if you care, was Aaron Boone and Carlos Mendoza. And then the American League Cy Young winner in a contested contest, Trevor Rogers gets his first Cy Young. So the wins and the ERA being all the way down to a 2.31 was finally enough. Excellent a year ago, but just not enough. And now the ERA getting even lower helped him win the award for our 99 win Rays. So cool consolation for, getting bounced in the playoffs at least. Trevor Rogers finally got his Cy Young. Really cool to see. A guy we traded Ty Johnson for, coming back and winning a Cy Young on the contract that we gave him. Super cool. And then he almost, obviously, crocheted 13 first-place votes. So it was a legit race, and we knew Crochet was going to be right there with him. So cool to see that. And then in the National League, Chase Burns wins it over his teammate Hunter Green. So the Reds have a deadly combo of starting pitching. We knew Chase Burns was going to win this. Freak season. Super good. Surprised it was this close. Hunter Green was really good, but he wasn't Chase Burns. So cool to see. A pair of Reds at the top. American League MVP. We thought Carson Williams might have had a chance, and he was actually really damn close. He will finish second for MVP this season. Another excellent season for our shortstop. But Wyatt Langford wins the award. Only played in 140 games, started 134, led the league in on base and OPS and WRC+. Why Langford, really good baseball player. Ton of first place votes were kind of spread around. Trevor Rogers got one, Cal Raleigh, Pete Alonso, Nate George, among some of those. And then in the NL, no surprise, Jackson Merrill wins it. I think because he got hurt at the end of the year, some first place votes kind of spread around a bit. But to me, this was pretty unanimous for me. Schwarber got a few first place votes. It helps to hit 55 homers. And then Connor Griffin ended up finishing in second. We pointed out how good of a season he had. But those are the awards for the 2028 campaign. We have made it to free agents filing today. We have our international free agents, just 3 of them. Not too good. So, again, nothing too crazy from the international scene. Maybe I'll bump that up a little to maybe get more guys. But for now, there's still nothing much coming over internationally. Top free agents, we can take a look. Our Rays, we definitely got worse, so I don't expect us to be near the top. Yeah, -7 here. We have added a few players already, but Logan Webb, not going to be able to bring him back. James Outman, we sent away, as well as Cavalli and Young. So we're losing some defensive war. And then Cavalli started a ton of games. But Logan Webb, obviously the main guy we lost. Some of the top free agents this year. We'll take a quick look. Probably won't go in after, but pair of former Astros and Jordan and Hunter Brown. Johan Duran here as well. Buxton here. So some interesting guys. We'll see what we can do. We have $39 million available. Probably try to sign a vet or two. I'm still seeing if there's options for a Rushman trade. But I'm definitely leaning towards just keeping him because, like, it's really not that big a deal. Like, we might as well. But we definitely need to figure out a solution to center field. I know that Isaac Collins can't play that position. And I don't think Angel Martinez, I don't want to do that. I don't want him to play center. So he'll stick in right. So we need a center fielder. Brooks Baldwin, also not a center fielder. So center field, maybe catcher, maybe left field. At least like a left-handed hitting outfielder we'll be looking for, as well as maybe a left-handed hitting infielder. But we brought back Acuna, so, and he did fine versus lefties, right? He did okay. So maybe we'll look into that. Pitching-wise, we kind of have a staff. Maybe one more reliever, and maybe a starter. I don't really know yet. We'll take a look at what's around, especially in the trade market, and I'll update you guys on what we do from there. We have made our first signing of the offseason pretty much right before we made it to the winter meetings. Tanner Houck, someone we targeted last year, and I mentioned that. He has officially signed with us. We got him for $10 million this year and an option for $11 million next year. Perfectly fine with that. 29 starts. Under the hood looked a little bit better, but we get a serviceable starter, ground ball pitcher, doesn't allow homers. Perfect for what we want to do here. So Tanner Houck is a Tampa Bay Ray. And we have officially made it to the winter meetings. We see the draft lottery announced. Obviously, not going to see our name here. The Giants will be picking first. About 1 million trades just came through. Nothing too crazy. Nolan Shanuel got traded. He's been whatever. The interesting one to me was this. Brady Singer for Brent Rooker, essentially. So, Brent Rooker on the move. I don't know if I would have done that if I were you. He led the league in slugging, and they're getting a very home run allowing pitcher who actually led the league in homer per nine. That's crazy. But those are some trades, whatever, around the league. But we have actually a really interesting one from the Rockies. This isn't bad at all. They would send us Victor Vodnik, who ground ball pitcher, 65 home runs allowed, perfect for us. Only making $3 million this season. 4 pitches, 2 of them are really, really good. Coming off a fine year. Again, the walking too many people, but I think we could probably figure that out. And then This Petrovic guy, whatever. For Diego Castro, this is who they want, but not someone we have in our future. Had a good year at high A. 22, bad control. Home runs allowed, already capped out. 3-pitch, fly ball pitcher. Low work ethic. Not very good. As well as Jency Duran, who sucks. Not a good player at all. So, okay, that guy has to be in the deal. Well, we'll do it. We'll just do it. I think we'll do it. Victor Vodnik, we'll bring him in. He'll 2 option years left as well, so he's someone who could, we could option down and whatnot, and we'll make it happen. He keeps tweaking on me a little bit. We'll do it. Victor Vodnik will come in. I like it. A couple kind of big trades around the league. Ironically enough, Patrick Bailey, who in real life just got dealt to the Guardians, gets dealt to Cleveland. We actually had a deal in place to get him, and I elected not to do it. It would have costed Adley Rutschman and one of our top prospects. If I take a look here, who was it? It was, who would we have sent? What was his name? Is he at high A? It was a pitcher prospect we have. He might be at rookie ball somewhere. I don't remember. It was one of the guys we signed. Here it is. Jordan Esquivel. So it would have cost Adley Rutschman plus us retaining some of Adley Rutschman's contract as well as Esquivel. I elected not to do it for 1 year of Patrick Bailey, but ironically enough, he ends up going back to Cleveland, and they have to give up Robert Arias, which is a really good baseball player, fun prospect. So I'm fine with us not doing the trade, but funny that he goes back to Cleveland. We also see Mason Wynn. He was at the top of the trading block. He gets dealt to the Brewers, so he'll stay in the Central. Interesting trade. They give up 2 pretty good players for him, but Mason Wynn is a stud. Dinges is pretty damn good, so it wasn't cheap, but interesting to see nonetheless. And one of the big free agents has signed. Hunter Brown, unsurprisingly, goes to the Superhouse. The Superhouse? That can't be right. The Superpower Powerhouse. How about that? Los Angeles Dodgers, the Superhouse, signed him for 6 years, $214 million. Pretty good deal, honestly. Stud starter. But he leaves the American League, so can't have too much complaints. Hunter Brown is a Dodger. Making a minor trade here with the Rule 5 draft being today. We are filled up on roster spots. So this guy who's been in the system, he's 25, good control, but the potential's there. Instead of potentially losing him in the Rule 5 draft, we'll take someone who's a fly ball pitcher, 40 home run allowed, a guy that won't see the major leagues for us, but other teams could see potential in. We're going to take his value and ship it off to Washington, bring in Jarlene Susana, another low control guy with really good stuff. Could be fine. Could be just a AAA guy, but he has an option year left, was whatever for Washington this year. But just another guy we're going to acquire. Might not make the team, but it was a trade we made, so I thought I'd report it. All right, the Rule 5 draft is done and dusted with, and we actually ended up taking 2 guys who will compete for a job on our opening day roster. Alan Castro, outfielder, plays a really good left, decent right field. He's a corner outfield guy, switch hitter, 25, decent bat. Never saw the major leagues because of how good the outfield is in Boston. Might as well. We'll take a flyer on him. He can hit lefties pretty well. A bit better versus righties, but definitely someone who can come in and compete for that corner outfield spot, especially versus lefties. So why not? And then we took a reliever from Baltimore who, really good stuff guy. I worry about his movement with the home runs, but was decent for Baltimore up in the majors. Really good, actually. 48 innings, worth 1.1 WAR. The FIP minus is really good. Really, really, really good at AAA for him this year and the year before. So we'll take a flyer on Carter Rustad, who's a 27-year-old hard-throwing hard-throwing righty. So 2 guys that we have drafted. He's also from Kansas City, so shout out Kansas City. So 2 guys that we're going to bring in who have a chance to make the opening day team as well. And we have made a few more signings here on Christmas Eve, so that's cool. First of all, we signed Johnny Brito to a minor league contract. Guy who could come up and be a starter for us. He might. He doesn't have options, so I don't know that he'll be on the spring training roster, but potentially interesting guy, could make starts for us, so we signed him. One of the major leaguers we signed, Dennis Santana, will be in our bullpen this year. Really good with the home runs allowed. Not the flashiest pitcher, was really solid for San Francisco last year, and the 2 years before has just been consistent and consistently good. So we brought him in on a 1-year, $3.5 million contract. So Dennis Santana is a Ray, as well as we signed Dayron Blanco, good glove, really fast, to a minor league contract. Not very flashy, just saw he didn't want money. So that's not important. But we probably have our center fielder this year. Garrett Mitchell has signed. He is, I'll admit, he is very like James Outman, but whatever. I like Garrett Mitchell. I understand in real life he's not playing very well, but he has good BABIP, good outfield range. He'll be our center fielder this year. Could come back next year. Probably not, but I didn't want us to not have a center fielder. I like Garrett Mitchell. I understand we flip guys who have the same level of talent to get rid of money, and then we spend $12 million on them. It's not the best move, but it was a move that we had to make still. We still needed a center fielder. Garrett Mitchell is going to be that. We also signed Kevin Alcantara, who is very similar to Mitchell in a lot of ways, but he could also contend for that 4th outfield spot against lefties. He doesn't have option years, but he is very good versus left-handed hitting. So another guy to think about. And then that is it for who we signed. Mackenzie Gore has gone back to the Nationals. Johan Duran has joined the Rangers. The Rangers have a really good squad now. And then we see our signings. So Garrett Mitchell, Tampa Bay Ray. In short-term Tampa Bay Ray, Logan Webb has officially signed elsewhere. He is heading to the Miami Marlins. So go Marlins. He is 5-year, $207.5 million. Ton of money. That's a lot of money. I like Logan Webb a lot, but my God, how is Miami affording this? Oh, they have the money for it. They're not paying anyone else. They're just paying Logan Webb. So that'll help. But Logan Webb, obviously, no longer a Ray. He will head to Miami. For those who care, we have 2 new Hall of Famers this season. Miguel Cabrera, obviously, should have been unanimous, but that's out of the park. You could have 250 WAR, 1,000 home runs, and you wouldn't be unanimous. Zach Greinke also gets in on his first year. A-Rod just missing out. He'll probably be in next year. Posey should be in the Hall of Fame, but he is just out as well. Votto doesn't make it in year 1. So neither does Adam Wainwright, who, sold his soul to get that 200th win here in 2023. So maybe he'll make it in. I think he should. I think someone who did all that. Will we make it in? Evan Longoria? We'll see. But Greinke, Cabrera, both Hall of Famers, and rightfully so. We have signed our first international free agent of this offseason. We have gotten Roberto Montoya, a 17-year-old out of Santo Domingo. Looks like a stud. 90 potential gap power, elite speed, high work ethic. Good infield range, probably more of a second baseman long-term than a shortstop, but really high elite potential bat with good defense. He was our top guy that we had scouted. We went out and got him. Definitely happy about that. We have our second international free agent signing, and this time a closer with Mehdi Capelle. Definitely butchering that. Luckily, he's fictional. From Haiti. The Meat Hook. Yeah, I know that's right. We have the Meat Hook. So we're going to win 14 more World Series. Fun. I mean, two-pitch pitcher. It's an out-of-the-park generated reliever. 2 really good pitches. Has a potential super elite fastball that we can develop. Low control. Elite potential stuff and movement. Again, this was a pretty weak international free agent class. He, again, was one of our top couple guys. So getting 2 of our top, 4 guys that we had scouted on potential, tough to be upset with, especially getting a guy whose nickname is the Meat Hook. All right, we are going to make another trade here. We're sending the rest of our international bonus pool. Once again, weak IAFA class. We signed a couple of the guys that we liked. Now everyone else we're offering out of our price range, and they're only 40, 45 potential guys. So might as well use that money to get us a different prospect. We'll be bringing in Joffrey Rodriguez. We're going to continue to add to our glut of potential starting outfielders. So Joffrey, high speed, good range, more of a corner outfield guy for sure. Really good at AAA. Will once again take from the glut that is the AAA outfield spot for Boston, as we brought in Alan Castro as well. So we'll send the rest of our money, bring in Joffrey Rodriguez. He's got 2 option years left as well, so perfectly fine. Joffrey Rodriguez is who we will acquire. All right, we have made it to the first day of spring training, which means we will see our program updates from the offseason. We get nothing from Chalowski as well as for it, but Hunter Dietz does improve his pitch movement, which gets his home runs allowed up to a 50. So big for the program. I do see, as I request the scouting report, his stamina is a 35. So that blows. Definitely still going to see how he does in the spring, but that really sucks. Still could be a bullpen piece. I guess we'll see how the spring goes, but 35 stamina really hurts. We also see an outstanding, I had a stroke there, an outstanding for Advincula. So, I mean, he might be playing his way into maybe a starting second baseman job. We'll see how Riggio versus him do. Riggio's been good, so I don't want to immediately be no. But Advincula definitely knocking on the door. Slater Day Broom BABIP improved by 5, so that's a good look for his bat. His potential's gone down, so not ideal, but he's still 21, so that could turn around. Although it says successful here for Rentel, there was no noticeable changes, so his control stayed at I believe it's been at 65, so I think that has stayed. Yeah, looks to be that. He'll also be competing for maybe a starting pitching job. I'm curious to see how these ratings take on major league hitters. So we'll see how he looks in the spring. Nothing for Malachi. Successful here for Alex Aguilar. Again, his potential going down a little bit. I don't love that. We just got a really negative scouting update. I don't like that. His gap did improve, but a lot of the other stuff going down, so not ideal. Nothing else here for Abel or Summerhill. So overall, not a bad lab. We'll remember this time to put guys back in for their defense, and then we'll get an update on that once spring training is wrapped up, and we will have our opening day roster as well as preseason predictions good to go for you guys. All right, we have made it to opening day here for our Tampa Bay Rays in 2029. We'll take a quick look at these program updates. We had a successful here for Rock Chalowski, so his range I think was 70, but the arm and error, what does it say? The arm got better, turn double play got better, so he gets these up to 65. Good to see from our guy. We also had successful for Castro, but we sent him back to Boston. Bit of a spoiler for the roster, but he won't be back. Garrett Mitchell had a positive with his arm and error as well as our center fielder. And then we also had Advincula get better with his defense, which is good to see, especially if he projects to be a second baseman long term. Definitely want his range to be there. So that's good to see. We had a pour here from Riggio, but nothing changed. So his defense will stay as is, which isn't very good. -11 last year, so not a good defender. We'll take a quick look at the top 100 top 100 prospects, top 10 here. The Ferrari. I think we mentioned the Ferrari. Michael Ferrari, he's here. Insua. Dason Hill has become the number 8 prospect, so that's kind of cool. So the Twins have a guy who is a real-life person, so interesting that he's made it to 8. Churio here, don't know much about him. Ethan Holiday, Josuar Gonzalez, looks to be a dog. Grady Emerson, still not up to the majors, still at A-ball. So still happy with the Rock Chalowski pick. Obviously, we didn't have to choose between the two, but we knew what we were doing. Luis Hernandez, stud second baseman here, coming up for the Giants. He's number 2, and then number 1 is Steve Bowers, the superstar starter that they drafted first overall last year. Really solid at AAA. Pretty surprised he's not on their major league roster, but means we don't have to face him in this opening series. So those are the top 100 prospects. We'll take a look at systems. We are 24th. Mancia being our top guy, then Rentel, Advincula, Montoya, and Esquivel. But let's take a look at our opening day roster. We will take a look at the lineup versus righties. Carson Williams, Angel Martinez, Xavier Isaac, Junior Caminero. CJ Kafis is back. If you guys remember last year, he tore his calf and missed 5 months after starting off hot, and he won the job over Xavier Isaac, if you guys remember. But he is back. Doesn't play very good defense, but he's only starting versus righties. So he is the left field starter versus righties. Rock Chalowski. And Jared Advincula has made the opening day roster and will be our starting second baseman. He had a great spring. 254 WRC plus in the spring. He has won the job. He will start on opening day. Adley Rutschman hitting 8th behind the dish, and then Garrett Mitchell in center. Versus lefties, we bring Isaac Collins into left and Luis Angel Acuna into second. For our pitching staff, we have Trevor Rogers, Randy Vasquez, Tanner Houck, Michael Forret, and then Mason Englert as an opener to McAble as the follower. And then the bullpen is Victor Vodnik, Carter Rustad, who is our second Rule 5 draft pick. So we kept him. He will be in the bullpen for us. Edwin Uceta, Gabe Spire, Peyton Paletti, Ben Joyce, and Griffin Jacks. Those are the guys in the bullpen for us. We ended up not keeping Dennis Santana. He had a terrible spring. So someone we waived. We also sent Hunter Dietz down. Daniel Pierce didn't make the opening day roster. Rentel didn't. We didn't really expect him to, but he didn't. And then Jarlene Susano was kind of the last guy that we cut. He will start the year at AAA. But that's what we're looking like. I like the team. I don't love the team. I wish we got better development updates as the season went on. I feel like everyone dropped down a little. So I'm a little worried about the lineup as well as kind of the depth of the pitching staff. But I still think if we're similar to the team we were a year ago and the team won 99 wins, I probably shouldn't be too worried. But that's just me. We'll take a quick look at the preseason predictions. We are still predicted to go and win the AL East, winning 90 games. Then the Red Sox, Orioles. In the Central, the Tigers and Guardians expected to take that. And then in the West, the Rangers and Mariners for the bats. We see 2 Tampa Bay Rays in Junior Caminero and Carson Williams, so that's cool to see. Nothing too crazy other than that. For pitching, we see a few A's here, which is cool. And no, are you kidding me? There's no Rays here? Not the reigning Cy Young winner? I'm pretty sure last year they did this shit too. That's insane to me. So we don't get a top pitcher with Trevor Rogers baffling Scarlato, who was that first overall pick, who's now fragile. Shocking. Tore his rotator cuff, so that's why. So this stud is up. He's projected to be really damn good. If he can stay healthy, that's how this game works. And then in the NL, Phillies and Braves at the top of the East. No surprise there. The Mets are still projected to be around. Brewers expected to win 99 games, so watch out for Milwaukee with the Cubs and Cardinals hanging around. Then the Dodgers expected to do Dodger-like things, winning 97 games. Diamondbacks right there with them. Nothing too crazy. Husua De Paula here, just a superstar. Pitching-wise, nothing too crazy. Michael McGreevy, definitely not a name I'd expect to see here, but 3.5 WAR season last year could be good. Logan Henderson could be good. 45 home run allowed, though, so we'll see. But it was really good last year for Milwaukee. But that is what the top players in the preseason predictions looks like. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was a fun offseason. We'll see what these Rays can do here in 2029. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, go Rays.